You just identified 3 fears, and there's fear of deep water, and fear of heights,
Yes.
and fear of death.
Yes.
And we just listened to a channeling about fear of death.
Yes.
And which one is your body telling you to work on?
Death.
And when you say that, where is your body telling you about that? In your gut, stomach, gut. And when you talk about that feeling in your gut about fear of death, was there a particular part of the channeling that brought that on?
When she was walking down the ramp, and when it became dark. When it became dark, it was like, oh, I know this is over.
Okay. Even though I remember, and I feel it in the gut, walking down that ramp, into the cool darkness, and I knew it was over. And I've got that scared feeling in my gut.
I have that scared feeling in my gut.
I accept myself.
And
all my body's responses.
And
And I thank my gut. For hanging on to that fear. To protect me in some way. But it no longer serves me. And I want to dissolve it. From this life and all my lives. Especially the life when I walk down that ramp. Into the dark. Knowing that it was over. That fear response. I was so scared. I can still feel that scared feeling in my gut. When I walked into the darkness. I knew it was over. I walked into the darkness. That fear in my gut. I want to go back in time. And help her. So I stop her in her tracks. I stand right in front of her. I freeze everyone around her. I feel that cool darkness. And I look into her eyes. And let her know I'm her. I'm her soul. I'm from the future. And I'm here to help you. I know that you're scared. And I know you're feeling it in the gut. That fear that this is it. And I'm here to tell you it's not it. I'm you. I am your soul. And I'm here to help you. You're not alone. It's all an illusion. And even though your gut is telling you you're scared, I'm here to help your body to release it. Tapping on her. Releasing all that fear from her gut. Sending her love. And peace. From my heart to hers. Connecting her with her guides. Connecting her with her higher self. Dissolving and releasing the fear from her gut.
Releasing the fear from her gut.
Releasing the fear. Allowing her to feel peace. Sending her that peace and love. From my heart to hers. What color is it?
It's like a pinkish color. Peachy color. Yeah.
Sending it in a figure of 8.
Okay.
And as she receives peace, I receive peace.
As she receives peace, I receive peace.
As I send her love, I receive love.
As I send her love, I receive.
Connecting her with her guides. Her higher self. As I hold her hand. And take her down the ramp. Letting her know she's coming home. We're going to be together again.
We're going to be together again.
And this isn't it.
And this isn't it.
This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning.
It's a whole new beginning.
It's a whole new beginning.
Releasing the fear from her gut.
Releasing the fear from her gut.
Allowing her to feel peace.
Allowing her to feel peace.
And love.
And love.
That pink colour.
That pink color.
And energy.
And energy.
She's surrounded by love.
She's surrounded by love.
She's not alone.
She's not alone.
Allowing her to move to the next stage.
Allowing her to move to the next stage.
Feeling peace and
Feeling
love.
peace and love.
Deep breath. So when you imagine her now moving on to the next stage, how is she?
She's doing really well. Believe that or not.
And when you feel her in your body, how does that feel?
She feels ready.
There's that figure of 8 energy that never ends. Yep. There is no beginning and no ending.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I look from I would say a good 8. Now I'm down to a good 2. I feel good about it. Beforehand, I wasn't feeling good.
And you know, our human duality is always going to be there. So there's always going to be a response of some kind from that human part of us. And it's okay for it to be 2. It's not overwhelming.
It's not like it was in the beginning.
It's just our human duality, and she can notice the 2 and just allow it to be there, but feel that love and that peace.
Absolutely. I feel good about that.
That's our human duality.
Yes.
It's about noticing it, but it's a small whisper. It's not screaming at us anymore.
Not right now. Not like it was in the beginning. It was screaming at me.
And see how quick that is, just with the intention and the energy work of it. It doesn't take a long time. But let's just go to what's next screaming at you. Water, deep water, or
Deep water.
or height.
Deep water.
Okay, so when you just went like that, what was that?
I don't know.
It's about always noticing whatever's going on. So even though
I
I have a fear of deep water,
have a fear of deep water,
and I just went like that,
I just went like that.
and I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I accept myself
I accept myself
and all my body's responses,
and all my body responses,
all my reactions to deep water.
all my reactions to deep water.
I've had reactions in this life
I've had reactions in this life
of being in deep water,
of being in deep water,
and I was really scared.
and I was really scared.
I was flaring my arms all around the place.
I was flaring my arms all around the place,
and I was getting nowhere.
and I was getting nowhere.
I felt like I was sinking.
I felt like I was sinking.
I was scared of
I was
deep water.
scared of deep water. Very scared.
I've never opened my eyes underwater.
I never opened my eyes underwater.
I'm scared of opening my eyes underwater.
I'm scared of opening my eyes underwater.
I wonder what I'm scared of under the water.
I wonder what I'm scared of under the water.
I wonder what I'm scared of seeing.
I wonder what I'm scared of seeing.
Imagining what I'm seeing.
Imagining what I'm seeing.
In this life or another.
In this life or another,
I want to trace it all the way back to its origin.
I want to trace it all the way back to its origin.
Asking all the multidimensional layers of my body.
Asking all the multi-dimensional layers of my body.
When I remember flaring my arms around everywhere.
When I remember flaring my arms around everywhere.
In this life.
In this life.
Scared.
Scared.
Not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
I'm asking the multidimensional layers where this comes from.
I'm asking the multi-dimensional layers, where is this coming from?
This feeling
This feeling,
where I'm getting nowhere.
where I'm getting nowhere,
Where I'm sinking.
where I'm sinking.
Sinking in deep water.
Sinking in deep water.
What's coming up?
Snakes.
Snakes in the water.
Yep, snakes in the water.
All these snakes in the water.
All these snakes in the water.
Thanking my body
Thanking my body
for remembering the fear
from remembering the fear.
All those snakes in the water.
All those snakes in the water.
That fear of snakes in the deep water.
The fear of snakes in the deep water.
No wonder I didn't want to open my eyes.
No wonder I didn't want to open my eyes.
The fear of snakes in the water.
The fear of snakes in the water.
Dissolving it all the way back to its origin.
Dissolving it all the way back to its origin.
I instruct all the multidimensional cells.
I instruct all the
Multidimensional.
multidimensional cells
And the memories in my DNA.
and the memories in my DNA
To dissolve it and let it go.
to dissolve it and let it go.
It no longer serves me.
It no longer serves me,
And I want to release it.
and I want to release it.
Even when I remember seeing those snakes.
Even when I remember seeing those snakes.
Even when I remember feeling the fear.
Even when I remember feeling the fear.
Going back in time.
Going back in time.
Coming in on a boat.
Coming in on a boat.
Me now.
Me now.
Coming in to rescue her.
Coming in to rescue her.
Pulling her out of that water.
Pulling her out of the water.
Tapping on her.
Tapping on her.
Releasing the fear of the snakes.
Releasing the fear of the snakes.
Bringing in a swimming instructor
Bringing in a swimming instructor
that can teach her how to swim.
that can teach her how to swim.
In water where there's no snakes.
In water where there's no snakes.
Allowing her to open her eyes
Allowing her to open her eyes.
and see that water is safe.
Let's see that water is safe.
Allowing her to feel safe in deep water.
Allowing her to feel safe in deep water.
She's not anywhere where there's snakes now.
She's not anywhere where there's snakes now.
Releasing her fear
Releasing her fear
of swimming in deep water.
of swimming in deep water.
And when she releases the fear,
When she releases the fear,
she can relax in water.
she can relax in water.
And when she's relaxed,
When she's relaxed,
she can float and swim
she can float and swim
and feel one with the water.
and feel one with the water.
All those lifetimes where she swam,
All those lifetimes when she swims,
and she swims well,
and she swims well,
tapping into all those lifetimes.
tapping into all those lifetimes.
All the lifetimes where she swam so well,
All those lifetimes where she swam so well,
at one with the water.
as one with the water.
All those lifetimes before the snakes,
All those lifetimes before the snakes,
releasing the fear of the snakes,
releasing the fear of the snakes,
releasing the fear of deep water,
releasing the fear of deep water.
remembering all those lifetimes where she swam
Remembering all those lifetimes that she swam.
and she was one with the water,
She was one with the water,
one with the dolphins.
one with the dolphins.
There was no fear.
There was no fear.
Releasing the fear,
Releasing the fear.
feeling the playfulness of being in water,
Feeling the playfulness for being in the water.
even in deep water,
Even in deep water.
even in deep dark water.
Even in deep dark water.
It's safe to open her eyes
It's safe to open her eyes
and see
and see,
the beauty of under the water
to see the beauty under the water.
and be one with that beauty,
And be one with that beauty.
even with the beauty of snakes,
Even with the beauty of snakes.
being at one with all creatures.
Being with one with all creatures.
Now that her fear is released,
Now that her fears is released.
swimming
Swimming
in deep water,
in deep water.
at one with all the creatures,
At one with all the creatures.
feeling peaceful,
Feeling peaceful.
playful.
Playful.
It's safe to be in deep water.
It's safe to be in deep water.
The deeper the better.
The deeper the better.
It's more fun creatures in the deeper water.
It's more fun creatures in the deeper water.
It's safe to be in deep water.
It's safe to be in deep water.
How does that feel?
It feels great, and I actually saw the little girl. She's Indian. She has long hair.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Mm.
yeah, I saw her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and I got a feeling like that. It's like that energy, that lush
Yeah,
energy
that
comes
came up.
That came up the back of my legs.
Mhm.
I felt that too.
Mm. And that's often what happens when we're tuning in through body. and asking where has it come from, you just suddenly get pictures and feelings of it when you may never have got that before.
Yeah, I've just felt it was right at the back of the face.
So if you imagine now going into deep water, like a pool, jumping in the deep end, how does that feel?
I'm okay with it. I am. I'm okay with it. And it's almost like, regardless, I feel like once I do it, it's done.
You've stepped through it. Energetically, you've already stepped through it.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So,
Yay. Yay. When are we going to the pool?
This week.
All right. And now fear of heights.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So tell me, when you think about being up high somewhere, and you've experienced that in this life,
Yes.
what's going on in your body?
My body tenses up.
Tenses up?
Oh, yes.
So give me an example where your body tensed up the most.
The buttocks tense up. The stomach will tense up. My shoulders go up.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay. And when was it a particular experience when that happened?
I can be watching television and watching an outdoor program and see hikers, people walking around the mountains. They can be walking around a really steep edge of a mountain, and just to look off the cliff is like, it's really scary for me.
Okay. Even though
I've
got this really scary tension in my body,
I got this really scary tension in my body,
where my shoulders go like this,
when my shoulders go like this,
and my buttocks and stomach tense up,
my buttocks and my stomach tense up,
even when I'm watching on TV,
even when I'm watching on TV,
hikers or bikers, on the edge of mountains,
I
thank my body for protecting me.
I thank my body for protecting me
From whatever lifetime I experienced this,
whatever lifetime I experienced this,
whatever lifetime this originates from, especially being on the edges of mountains. And I ask my multi-dimensional layers
I ask my multi-dimensional layers
of my DNA,
my DNA,
my Akash,
my Akash,
to show me where this comes from,
to show me where this comes from,
so I can release it forever. Imagining being on a mountain.
Imagining being on the mountain.
Imagining being on the edge of a mountain.
Imagining being on the edge of a mountain.
Looking out. This fear and tension. In my buttocks and stomach.
In my buttocks and my stomach.
In my shoulders. This tension in my shoulders. Being on the edge of a mountain. I wonder if I'm carrying anything. All this weight on my shoulders. Tension in my stomach. And my buttocks. This fear of being up high. Thanking my body for protecting me. All this fear. I wonder if I fell. I wonder if someone else fell. I wonder why I'm scared. I wonder where this comes from. Asking my Akash to show me. I've lived it. This fear is here for a reason. To protect me in some way. But I no longer need it. And I'm asking all the layers of my Akash. All the lifetimes. All the experiences and memories. That it's time to process and release it.
It's time to process it and release it.
It doesn't serve me. All the fear. Everything I saw.
Everything I saw.
Everything I heard. The fear. I'm releasing it now. I choose to release it. I'm instructing my body to release it. I give permission to release it.
I give permission to release it.
It doesn't serve me.
It doesn't serve me.
And I want to feel safe
And I want to feel safe
when I'm on a mountain,
when I'm on a mountain,
when I'm looking at a beautiful view,
when I'm looking at a beautiful view,
when I'm watching others on a mountain,
when I'm watching others on a mountain,
even on the edge.
even on the edge.
I want to feel safe.
I want to feel safe.
I am safe.
I am safe.
Letting my eyes know I'm safe,
Letting my eyes know I'm safe,
even when I'm on the edge of a mountain,
even when I'm on the edge of a mountain,
up really high.
up really high.
Did anything come?
He was a Bushman. And what I kept seeing was he was really high and he had something wrapped around his neck and he fell to his death, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept seeing he was a man.
As a man.
He was a man.
Mm-hmm.
And he had, it was a while back, I would say centuries back, because he had the lace leaf skirt on. That's all he had on. And he was dark. Yeah. That's what I...
Yeah, so a bushman.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And how does it feel now?
To know what it is, it's great. To know, where it came from. And it was, and I don't know if it was from a high tree. It was more like a tree than a mountain or something like that. Yeah. That's
But interesting that you said a bushman. That's what put him out there in the bush. When you said you see on TV mountains and edges.
Yeah. He was I saw a man. Probably, more than likely, I couldn't tell if it was a tree or the side of a mountain, but it's more of a tree to me. And then all of a sudden he goes over.
Okay, and when you see that him going over now, is that resonating in you?
Not so much. No. No.
And see, we haven't even gone there and done the matrix-like or quantum EFT, of you going back in time. What we've done is instructed the Akash to release it through the body.
When we spoke that's what came up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you said, let the Akash bring it up.
Yeah.
Let the Akash release, and then he comes.
Yeah.
He's very faint, but he's there.
Yeah.
I know he's dark, and I know he's had a grass skirt on, and I know he's just like on the just jumping. So not jumping, but falling. Yeah.
In the bush, and that's why also the mountains would have triggered you watching things on TV because it's bush-like, it's mountain, mountains and bush.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I knew he was in some type of rainforest or some type of, jungle, something like that. Yeah. So yeah.
So now you can go hiking up high.
Yeah. Now I can go hiking and not feel like I'm gonna just drop off or feel tense. Because it affected me so much.
Just watching it on TV. Yeah.
On TV.
So when you imagine watching it on TV now, close your eyes and imagine seeing that on TV, people right on the edge or climbing trees, or how does that feel?
I feel that I'm looking at, like the Grand Canyon, kind of. And I feel a little bit of, not tingling, but energy through here.
Okay?
That's where I feel it, through there.
So even though there's some remaining tingling energy down my right side,
Even though there's remaining tingling energy around my right side.
when I imagine being at the Grand Canyon,
When I imagine being at the Grand Canyon,
I accept myself and all my body's responses.
I accept myself and all my body's responses.
This tingling down my right side
This tingling down my right side
When I imagine being at the Grand Canyon,
When I imagine being at the Grand Canyon,
processing and releasing it
processing and releasing it
all the way back through all my lifetimes,
all the way back through all my lifetimes,
especially that Bushman
especially that Bushman
who fell from a great height,
who fell from a great height,
from a tree or a mountain.
from a tree or mountain.
He didn't expect it.
He didn't expect it.
That fear down my right side,
That fear down my right side,
that tingling down my right side.
that tingling down my right side.
Thanking my body for reminding me.
Thanking my body for reminding me.
It's good to be cautious,
It's good to be cautious,
but I don't need that fear there.
I don't need that fear there.
I can be safe.
I can be safe.
I am safe.
I am safe.
I'm sure-footed,
I'm sure-footed,
and I can enjoy heights
and I can enjoy heights
like the Grand Canyon.
like the Grand Canyon.
Imagining myself at the Grand Canyon.
Imagining myself at the Grand Canyon. Yeah.
I don't need to get that close to the edge,
I don't need to get that close to the edge,
but I can be up high.
but I can be up high.
I can be cautious.
I can be cautious.
I can be safe,
I can be safe.
and release the tingling down the right side.
And I release the tingling down the right side.
I am safe.
I am safe.
I am cautious,
I am cautious.
and I'm safe in heights.
And I'm safe at heights.
Like at the Grand Canyon.
Like at the Grand Canyon.
I was there just 2 weeks ago.
That feels good.
Good.
Feels better than it's been for a long time.
Eons. Good.
It feels good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Have some water and let